A major new advance in roof scaffolding is now available after years of testing. Designed specifically for chimney construction and restoration, but also extremely useful for building and remodeling, Ultimate Ridgehooks is the first tool to provide a reusable, adaptable, and safe method for working on roofs. This new product eliminates the need for old, risky, and damaging staging setups.
Usually what we would do when we have to build a chimney on a steep roof is we would have to take our chimney brackets and nail directly into the sheathing. We'd have to sometimes go through the roof, nailing into the roof, and then we have to deal with repairing the roof after we were done.
Mason Steve Bushway decided to tackle the concerns he and others faced of working in risky and uncertain conditions.
When we get to the roof work, everything takes more time. You have to bring everything up on the roof, and you have to make sure that it doesn't fall down on the people below, or that you don't fall down on the people below. Masons, remodelers, painters face the problem of how to stand and support their equipment while they're working up there. I felt there must be something on the market to answer that problem, and found there really wasn't anything. I started playing around with different kinds of brackets, and eventually came up with what's today Ultimate Ridgehooks.
When I first saw it, I was impressed right off the bat. Anything that will prevent roof penetration with nails or screws is the way to go. So the way this drops over the peak, 10 seconds, I was sold. My operation is just myself and my son, and it's a two-man operation, but we can put it up in average half hour to 45 minutes. We're up and running, ready to work.
To assemble Ultimate Ridgehooks, simply mark a length of 2x8 framing lumber 7 inches from the end. The curved ridge hook bracket is then aligned with the mark and attached to the wood. First, using a 3/8 inch bit to bore 3 holes through the wood. Then, using the supplied 2-inch carriage bolts to penetrate the holes. Washers and nuts tightly secure the ridge hook to the 2x8. The nuts are tightened until the carriage bolt heads are countersunk into the wood and therefore will not protrude when they are later placed on the roof. The straight ridge hook bracket is then attached to a second length of 2x8 using the same method. Ultimate ridge hooks have been tested to withstand more than enough weight for a typical chimney setup. The 2 ridge hook halves are then connected. Leg levelers and a ladder standoff are the safest method to ascend to the working area. If the ridge hook has been pre-aligned to the roof's pitch, it is simply dropped into place. If not pre-aligned, the ridge hook can be quickly adjusted at the roof ridge to conform to the pitch of the roof. Adjustable holes provide for roof pitches from 412 to 1212 roofs. Once secured, Ultimate Ridge Hooks provides a solid base on which to build a scaffold without roof penetration. The 2 halves become a fixed bracket, which lock over the roof ridge and resist the horizontal forces imposed by roof loads on either side of the ridge. Once the base is set, any type of scaffold can be built or affixed to the 2x8s. Vanguard chimney brackets shown here are easily attached to the ridge hook planks to construct a secure, multi-level scaffolding from which to work both comfortably and efficiently.
I picked up my first pair probably about 4 or 5 years ago. There's no question it's one of the first things I grab when I grab scaffolding. One of the primary reasons that I like it is that on the newer homes there's a ridge vent, and whenever you try and anchor any kind of scaffolding over the ridge, that ridge vent gets crushed and there's no strength in it. With the ultimate ridge hook, it kind of pivots right over the top of the ridge vent and it stays clear of the ridge vent, and you still have anchoring on the roof itself.
I can have the entire system set up in anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour depending on the pitch of the roof. There's plenty of room for me to work. It definitely makes my job easier, more cost effective. I get more money when I can get in and out quickly.
For bigger jobs, ultimate ridge hooks can be used to erect staging on both sides of the roof ridge.
The other day we had a job and we set the ridge hooks up, the ultimate ridge hooks up, and we had to go 2 frames high. The chimney was very high off the roof. And set it up like nothing, went up there, did the job, pull everything down. It was a one-day job that would have taken us forever if we had to stage it from the ground.
It's just made the job easier to set up, more comfortable while you're there on the job, and that of course speeds the job along, because when you're working on a 12 pitch, there's nothing like being comfortable.
Included in a set are a pair of ultimate ridge hooks, a setup guide, and all the hardware needed to put it together.